on the topics pertaining to public administration, governance, education policy and higher education. We welcome you, sir. I request Ishita to felicitate sir with a token of our love. We welcome you, sir. The stage is all yours.
Hello, good morning to everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Really, it is a happy occasion and opportunity for me to talk to the young people and the foundation of our Indian society. You should not be surprised that I am addressing you as the foundation of our Indian society. We have seen many days, many years, many decades in our lives, but you have yet to see. We have struggled hard in our life, you have yet to struggle. Our time was different from the present situation. You may say why. Generally, you people say that old generation people were very good. आप भी घर में कह दोगे पापा दादू आप लोगों ने अपनी जिंदगी जी ली अब हमें जीने दो. We people never interfere in your life. But we confronted with our parents, with our grandparents. ये कहते हुए कि ये करना ये नहीं करना. We used to follow a lot of guidelines. आजकल आप बेफिक्रे हैं. Because you have not to do anything. You are getting everything just on the plate. Most of you people studied in public school, maybe very few who might have studied in the government school. How many students you people studied in the government school? Just 3, 4, 5? Myself, my younger brother, my 3 sisters, we all studied in the government school. Then I went to Ramjas College, studied for 3 years, then I did my MA. I was topper in the university. My younger brother studied in Shriram College of Commerce. He taught in Delhi University, Commerce Department. It means, please notify now. Our education could become possible for us because it was a state-funded education. State-funded education, not state-guided association. These days, state gives the guidelines. Then state allows the private sector to pounce upon us. प्राइवेट सेक्टर जो है एजुकेशन में वो झपटा मार लेता है. टू पाउंस अपॉन, चीते की तरह फट पकड़ा शिकार और मार दिया. But when state was there to fund, because I just paid, I remember 150 rupees or 120 rupees for the whole year in my Ramjas College. आपको 150 का बर्गर भी नहीं आएगा. That was a time because everything was funded by the state. State used to give a lot of money, help to the institutions. But no, slowly and steadily, state is withering away. You must understand, Karl Marx, if you have studied in your life, have you ever known who was a Karl Marx? Huh? You might have heard the name even. इकोनॉमिक्स वालों ने पढ़ा होगा तो उनको पता होगा कार्ल मार्क्स कौन था. He was a pioneer who established Marxist political thinking, and he gave new thoughts to the era of the philosophy, economics, political science, history. And that was his theory that state is important. But he dubbed the state as a helper of the capitalist class. And then ultimately he said, though state slowly and steadily it will wither away. ये अपने आप state खत्म हो जाएगा and proletariat, मजदूर वर्ग जो है उसका शासन स्थापित हो जाएगा. आजकल तो it looks very strange. State has started withering away from the era of the education, from the era of the health, from everywhere. But you call it as a privatization or corporatization. Today when we are meeting to discuss education, that girl gave the idea, National Education Day. She mentioned about Abul Kalam Azad. I know you might not have studied even his single book. His world famous book, India Wins Freedom. When I was in the first year I purchased, I paid 10 rupees at that time. And that fellow who became the education minister at that time and remained up to 1958, 47 to 1958. और आज 5 साल की सरकार आई मोदी की तो 4 एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर बदल गए और वो शख्स 47 to 58 तक एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर. And at a very young age, at the age of 35 years, he became the president of the Indian National Congress. 35 साल की उम्र में वो अखिल भारतीय कांग्रेस कमेटी के महात्मा गांधी के टाइम में प्रेसिडेंट बन गए. And you should not feel surprised. He never went to any state-sponsored or a private school or any university. कहीं पढ़ाई नहीं करी. But he was a scholar of Persian. He was a scholar of Arabic language. He studied Sanskrit also. और सबसे ज्यादा पढ़ाई क्या करी? घर बैठ के सेल्फ स्टडी करते 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 वो इतनी ऊंचाइयों पर पहुंच गए. But even at that time, his contribution, we must accept it, that he was a person who was a pioneer, who was the architect of the Indian education system, and helped by Honorable Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. आप इससे अंदाजा लगा लीजिए. You see, Jamia Millia Islamia, it is one of the top central university in India. He is one of the founder member of the Jamia Millia Islamia. Firstly, it was in Aligarh, then shifted to Delhi. और आज उनका देखिए जामिया के कोई भी कोर्स आप ले लीजिए, ग्रेजुएट लेवल के, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट के, रिसर्च का, and it is a state funded university. State funded university, not like the JIMS. Delhi University is a state-funded university. More than 54 central universities are here. And who was the person who gave you the University Grant Commission? Because UGC is the body, it is a regulatory body, just like a SEBI. You must have studied SEBI, ADA, IRDA, TRAE. On the same pattern, this body, University Grant Commission, is a regulatory body as far as education is concerned. He was a pioneer. Then All India Council for Technical Education, under which JIMS get the recognition and then get affiliated to IIC University. So he was a person who established all these institutes. IITs were established. Indian Institute of Management, they were established. If you go to the Mandi House, you will see the Sahitya Academy, Sahitya Kala Academy, Indian Council for Cultural Relations offices there. Because he had the vision for the future. That unless and until you give the technical education, unless and until you give the scientific temperament to the students, religion is important, morality is important, ethics are important, but scientific temperament is the most important. Education must educate the people. Just to raise questions, to raise queries. If you know something about Plato, have you ever heard the name of Plato?
Yes, sir.
He was a person who wrote the one book, The Republic. And that Republic is in the form of dialogue. Dialogue में है, किताब नहीं है. When there was a meeting of few intellectuals at that time, Athens, Sparta, somebody said, "You are not a just man." Second person point, "What do you mean by just?" Then Mr. Third gave the explanation, what is justice. Fourth said, "No, I don't agree with you. Your interpretation of the justice is not correct." So dialogue started. And ultimately, in the last, they found what is the justice. It means दिमाग में क्वेरी आनी चाहिए, दिमाग में आपके प्रश्न आना चाहिए, आप पूछिए. Only then you will be in a position to go deep, to find out the pearls. मोती ढूंढने के लिए आपको गहराई में जाना पड़ेगा. Education doesn't mean only to read certain books. रहीम, रसखान, सूरदास, उन्होंने कौन सी किताबें पढ़ी? कोई नहीं पढ़ा. But everybody loves them, क्योंकि उनकी भी एजुकेशन हुई. जिन गुरुकुल में वो लोग गए, that was a state sponsored. And why I am emphasizing on the state funded. All the gurukuls at that time, even Plato, Aristotle and other thinkers, state used to be fund to establish schools and later on colleges and the universities of that time. So as a student, we must know the significance of education, and National Education Day just in the name of Abul Kalam Azad. उस आदमी की शख्सियत के बारे में जानना बहुत जरूरी है. And how he started. I just mentioned about the University Grant Commission. I just mentioned about the other central university. But he was not the alone person. He was guided by the freedom fighters. Now, how the education came to India? Education का जो Western concept है, जो आप पढ़ रहे हैं, मैं भी पढ़ रहा हूँ और बोल भी रहा हूँ, हिंदी भी बोल रहा हूँ, अंग्रेजी भी बोल रहा हूँ. How it came to India? देखिए, you might have heard the name of Raja Raman Rai.
Yes, sir.
Generally, you people know Raja Raman Rai was the person who got the Sati Pratha abolished. That is the main thing which you people remember. But what he did for the education, nobody knows it. He was a scholar of Sanskrit, Persian, Arabic, Urdu, सब चीजों के स्कॉलर थे. But he studied through the medium of English. And he met the Governor General of that time and the Governor of Bengal at that time, that we should give grants to those schools who teach the students through English medium. There was a lot of criticism for Raja Raman Rai. What you are doing? You are following the Western culture. हमें इंग्लिश की जरूरत नहीं है. But he was proved right. Because only through the English education he went abroad. He studied in London. And later on Dadabhai Naoroji, who studied with the help of the English, and he became the member of the House of Commons, British House of Commons. Once he contested election, he lost. Next time he contested election, he won the election. During the British time, he became the member of the House of Commons. अगर वो अंग्रेजी पढ़ा और लिखा ना होता, तो उसको इंग्लैंड में जाने कौन देता? इसका मतलब राजा राममोहन राय was a person who established the system of English education. Credit must go to that fellow. Because only through the English, he was a person who introduced mathematics. He was a person who introduced chemistry, physics, science, humanities. उसने कहा जब तक आप उस साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट को करना चाहते हो तो साइंस पढ़ना भी जरूरी है. वेदों का ज्ञान भी होना चाहिए, उपनिषद भी होने चाहिए, रामचरितमानस भी होना चाहिए. परंतु आपको वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन को अगर करना है, वहां के लाइफ को देखना है, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. तो ही गेव अस, एंड ही वाज अ पर्सन हु एस्टैब्लिश्ड मेनी स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस. फर्स्ट हिंदू कॉलेज was established in Calcutta. He was a pioneer who established. Presidency University was established by him. And British government decided to give funds. There is one name, Charles Wood. कभी आप देखेंगे नाम आएगा, Charles Wood. Charles Wood papers on Indian education. He made a request to the British government in London that now there is a time to give grants to those schools and colleges, those who teach the students through English medium. And that was the reason that 3 main universities were established in India: Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. Just see the, heightness and quality of those persons. And Raja Raman Rai and many other people participated. And British government established 3 universities. आज भी वो जिंदा हैं, कलकत्ता भी, बॉम्बे भी, मद्रास भी. We started our universities with 3. And now, more than 50 central universities, करीब nearly 480 or 500 state universities, then deemed universities, then private universities. These are the things. Firstly central, then state, then deemed, then private. So we started the education system from that particular time. So education gave us the awakening. During the freedom struggle, how the awakening started? How the awakening started? This education was very helpful. And all our top leaders of the freedom struggle, including Mahatma Gandhi, H.R. Gokhale, Lala Lajpat Rai, C. Rajagopalachari, W.C. Banerjee, Jivraj Mehta, B.C. Roy, hundreds and hundreds of people, including B.R. Ambedkar, they went to London, they went to America, they studied there with the help of the English language, they came back, and then the awakening started against the British Empire. So education was very helpful at that time, unless and until we got the education. आप कहोगे जी मुगलों के विरुद्ध क्यों नहीं इतनी बड़ी अवेकनिंग आई और राजाओं के विरुद्ध क्यों नहीं आई? But awakening started against the British people because of the English language which we studied. हमें पता ही नहीं था कि parliamentary system क्या होता है. Parliamentary system was not working in India because we always saw the monarchy, whether it was during the period of Pandavas and Kauravas and others, or during the period of Ram Raj. There was a monarchy, no elected government. But we came to study about this parliamentary system only because of English language. And in Britain, now you say that fellow has become the Prime Minister, Indian. He is not the first one. आप अंदाजा लगाए 1742 नियरली 1742 के करीब पहली बार ब्रिटेन इलेक्टेड प्राइम मिनिस्टर सर रॉबर्ट वॉलपोल. Sir Robert Walpole was a person who became the prime minister, who used to give the advice to the king, and slowly and steadily वो बढ़ते गए. And same things were reflected in India. हमारे यहाँ भी parliamentary system जब आया, those who studied political science or history at 12th level or at the graduation level, जबकि सबको होना चाहिए कि भारत में पहला एक्ट, हमारे यहाँ तो एक्ट होता ही नहीं था, क्या होता था? फरमान होता था. फरमान जारी हुआ, स्टैंप लगा दी, हुक्म हो गया, हुक्म हो गया ना. दे स्टार्टेड, पहला पिट्स इंडिया एक्ट आया 1784, दैट वाज पास्ड बाय द ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट. फिर 1857 की क्रांति के बाद क्या हुआ था? 1858 में ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी वाज अबॉलिश्ड and the British Queen took over the control of India directly. So what they did? They firstly passed 1861, उसको बोलते हैं इंडियन काउंसिल एक्ट 1861. Then 1892, second act was passed. And then Government of India Act, that is known as the Government of India Act 1919. And last 1935, Government of India Act 1935. Nearly 70% of the Indian Constitution is based on this act. And with the help of the English education, we made representatives to the British cabinet. So education gave us the awakening at that time. It gave us the scientific temperament. It gave us the language to connect with each other. No, the person living in Madras, he knew only Tamil. The person living in Assam, he knew only Assami language. But with the help of the English language, they could gather at one place, they could talk to each other, they could give their ideas to one and each other. And all conferences were held at Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, even Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Patna. Because of the education, because education was very important even at that time. And we must be grateful to such kind of the people who gave us the education. And that was a state-funded education. इससे पहले गुरुकुल को जो पैसा देते थे राजा लोग, तो उसमें पढ़ने कौन जाता था? कौन जाता? Only the person belonging to the Rajgharana. If Guru Dronacharya was there, तो किसको शिक्षा देता था? वो पांडवों को और कौरवों को देता था. But he refused to give to Karan, who was the son of Sarthi at that time. उसने कहा नहीं, मैं तुम्हें शिक्षा नहीं दे सकता. इसका मतलब वो जो शिक्षा थी, there was no question of any equality at that time. There were disparities. Marginalized section of the Indian society were not given the opportunity to study. Only few people belonging to the Rajgharana, they used to get the money. But when the Britishers came, Raja Rammohun and many other people, then new chapters were opened for everybody without any discrimination. Women were not allowed to study. Raja Rammohun Rai established schools for women. He studied. So इसका मतलब women के लिए education, equality in the system of education, marginalized section of the society, poor people, they also got the education. Was it possible for B.R. Ambedkar to get the higher studies in London and America? No. He belonged to a very poor family. And there are many more, hundreds and hundreds of people who were poor, but they went abroad and got the study because of the state-funded education. मैं बार बार यही कह रहा हूँ कि स्टेट अपने आप को अलग नहीं कर सकता. No question of alienation. No. Because state is a part and parcel. State has not only to regulate, state has to provide the congenial atmosphere. अब कंजीनियल एटमॉस्फेयर आप देने के लिए अगर घर में पेरेंट्स की आमदन नहीं है, इनकम नहीं है, मकान अपना नहीं है, and you want that everybody should get the education, no, it is not possible. You have to adopt a holistic approach. You have to create a situation where there should not be any kind of the discrimination. तो slowly and steadily एजुकेशन से स्टेट धीरे 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 बाहर जाता है. अब आप हैरान होंगे, प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी, देयर वाज नो कंसेप्ट ऑफ द प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी इन इंडिया. देयर वाज नो कंसेप्ट ऑफ द डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी इन इंडिया. ओनली टू, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज एंड स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी. नाउ हाउ मेनी स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटीज आर इन दिल्ली? You can pinpoint 7 to 8. Delhi Technical University, it used to be Delhi College of Engineering. Now it has become the Delhi Technical. Netaji Institute of Technology जो था, now it has also become the university. B.R. Ambedkar यूनिवर्सिटी अलग बन गए. वुमेन के लिए यूनिवर्सिटी अलग बन गई. स्किल डेवलपमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी अलग बन गई. दिल्ली टीचर्स यूनिवर्सिटी अलग बन गई. These are state universities. Because in Delhi Central University, only Delhi University, Indira Gandhi National Open University, this Jamia Millia Islamia, ये कुछ सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी यही है. But during the last 10 years, hundreds and hundreds private and deemed universities have come. IP University was established with a goal that it was not possible to start and give admissions to all the students in Delhi University. I am one of those 3 persons who prepared the ordinance of this university when K.K. Agarwal was the founder vice chancellor of this university. And initially only 5 to 10 institutes were affiliated. And these days nearly 75. 75 इंस्टीट्यूट जुड़े हुए हैं आईपी यूनिवर्सिटी. But there is no control of the IP university on these institutes. There is no interference from the IP university in selecting the teachers. There is no control from the IB University that how much fee must be charged. Because 2 days back Supreme Court gave certain remarks. Case is pending in the Supreme Court when they said that education should not be treated as a business to earn profit. ये Supreme Court के judges का कहना है. But everybody knows how many engineering colleges were opened. Even in Ghaziabad, where I live, I have seen more than 15 engineering colleges and 10 medical colleges which came up. And they charge too much of money from the students. No, out of 12, only 2 are there. बाकी बंद हो गए. क्यों? You gave the admission to the students in BBA, then you gave the admission to him under MBA and charge 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 7 lakh, 8 lakh. But when that fellow goes to the market, he doesn't get a job of 15 or 20 or 25,000. I know just living the people who did BTech, then he did, after doing BTech, he did the MBA. What he has started the business? Yesterday I met that fellow. He lives in Surena. His father is running a atta chakki, Garg atta chakki. That fellow has started the business of logistic. नाम दे दिया ना logistic, transport. कहने लगा अंकल क्या करूं, कोई काम नहीं है. पिता ने कुछ पैसा लगाया, छोटी सी दुकान ले ली. वो करता है, इधर से हेलो किया, भाई आपको माल वहां जाना है, ओके आई विल सेंड. ट्रांसपोर्ट वाले को कहा आप अपना टेम्पो भेजिए. अब मान लो आफ्टर डूइंग द MBA you are not getting the proper job. So job creation is also important. Job creation. I cannot create jobs. You cannot create jobs. We are job seekers. State has to see how the jobs are to be created. तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा? Your education must be connected with the industry. How it can be connected? When somebody is doing the BTech for 4 years, आप उसको अटैच कर दीजिए ना इंडस्ट्री के साथ. The person who has done the BTech electrical, घर का अगर फ्यूज उड़ जाए तो फ्यूज नहीं लगा सकता. इन्वर्टर खराब हो जाए वो इन्वर्टर ठीक नहीं कर सकता. पंखा खराब हो जाए वो उसका कंडेंसर नहीं बदल सकता. किस बात का बीटेक इलेक्ट्रिकल किया भाई? किस बात का? It means if that fellow is doing electrical, send him to Anchor, send him to HP industry, send him to other industry where these things are created, produced. Let him have the fair actual knowledge. So it means education must be connected with the reality. मान लीजिए आप BCA कर रहे हो, MCA भी कर लिया, परंतु आपको कहा जाए ये वेबसाइट बनानी है तो 5,000 रुपया देके किससे वेबसाइट बनवाओगे? और वेबसाइट बनाएगा कौन? जो 12वीं पास है, 2 साल की ट्रेनिंग ले ली, उसको वेबसाइट बनानी आती है. माइक अगर खराब हो जाए हमसे ठीक नहीं होता. इट मीन्स गिव हिम द प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज. आप जिस काम को भी करना चाहते हैं उसको प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज दीजिए. तो इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? जॉब क्रिएशन तब है व्हेन ओरिएंटेशन इज देयर, व्हेन प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग इज देयर, एंड दैट ट्रेनिंग and proper orientation can be made possible only by the state. State should impose certain restrictions on all these private universities that your degree will be recognized only if they go to the industry and get the training for a period of 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. Only then the degree will be awarded. So this is the most important thing which we are lacking these days. Privatization बड़ी तेजी से हो रहा है. Not only at the graduate level, post graduate level. Just see at the school level. Just see the social implication for the whole society. Because if you have to spend 15,000 per month on one children in the third and fourth standard, and you have two kids, so you must be spending nearly 30,000. ट्रांसपोर्ट का खर्चा है, वर्दी का खर्चा है, खाने का खर्चा है, ट्यूशन का खर्चा है, and that person is not in a position to earn even 40,000. How that fellow will spend 30,000 on the education? No, state has given a new dimension. For higher education, take loan. Banks are ready to give you the loan, but who will repay? Who will repay? Who will pay the EMI? This is not the duty of the state to do that. Affordable education, where everybody should be allowed. And Maulana Abul Kalam Azad made it possible that there should be education for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, poor people. But how you will give? Because they are studying in the same school. And how they will pay the money for that? So certain things are required. What state has to do? Okay, you can give to the private sector. Education is not like an oil producing business. Education is not like a stone making business. ये business नहीं है. Just no, I praise DAV school. All over India, DAV people established, and compared to other schools, KR Mangalam and others, GD Goenka, just see there and DAV. They give the employment, provident fund is there, gratuity is there, DAV school full salaries are there. I don't belong to DAV school, but I have studied what kind of the things they are doing. But what about the private affiliated institutions, whether here, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bengal, Maharashtra? What is the salary structure of the teachers? One assistant professor, as per the University Grant Commission, nearly gets 98,000 present salary. And it is a time-bound promotion. Firstly, assistant, then one becomes the senior, then associate professor, and professor. More than 4,500 assistant professors have been promoted in Delhi University as associate. Nearly 4,000 associates have been promoted as professor in the colleges, and their salary is more than 3 lakh, 3.5 lakh. But what about the private institutes? There is no control. There is no audit system. Same thing about the students. You people have a right to know that you are giving money. Where that money is being spent, मुझे हिसाब दिया जाए. You have a right. When taxpayers can ask the government that we are paying tax to you, please tell us on what are the items where you are spending. When your father gives you 500 rupees note, when you go back, he has a right to ask you, please tell me where you have spent that money. If you have spent extra, okay, get it. But give me the details. But state is not asking these private universities to give the details. And that is the reason students, parents, they are suffering. They are not the only sufferers. Society as a whole suffering. And unemployment is rising day by day, day by day. There is no restriction. No, education gave us new direction. E-commerce, online education. No, you can do online MCA, you can do online MBA. There is no connection between the teacher and the student. कोई किससे बात नहीं कर सकता, वर्कशॉप हो नहीं सकती, ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम नहीं हो सकता, पिकनिक हो नहीं सकती, बाहर आप घूमने जा नहीं सकते। ऑल इंडिया कौन घूमने जाएगा? एवरी टाइम इफ यू गो टू सी इंडिया you have to pay the money from your pocket. But when we were sent by Ramjas College to Kashmir to get the training in the military for 6 weeks, I didn't pay a single penny. No, I didn't pay anything to them. State made the arrangement. And when I came back, I gave back to the society. No, you expect from the students to give back to the society. अरे भाई पहले कोई दे तो दो। तो इसलिए अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएट करना ये एजुकेशन का काम नहीं है। एजुकेशन हैज टू मेक यू पीपल टू स्टैंड ऑन योर लेग्स एंड स्टार्ट अर्निंग एंड डू समथिंग फॉर द सोसाइटी विद द हेल्प ऑफ द अदर पीपल। सो प्राइवेटाइजेशन, कॉर्पोरेटाइजेशन इज नॉट ए गुड थिंग। व्हाई? इट लीड्स टू कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअलाइजेशन। The people who are appointed on contract, उनके लिए क्या होता है? Contract people, they don't get the emoluments properly. तो एजुकेशन में ह्यूमैनिटीज हो गया, टेक्निकल हो गया, मेडिकल एजुकेशन. You just see the situation of the health. What is the position of the medical? कल सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कहा कि when you spend 5 crore on getting your MBBS degree and 3 crores on getting the MD and DM degree, how you will serve the cause of the society? You get the admission in Maulana Azad Medical College, just maybe 25 to 30,000 rupees a year. But if you get the admission in private medical college, you have to pay a huge amount. If you get admission in Delhi Technical University, maybe 5 to 10,000 a year. But if you do the things BTech in private, you have to spend lakhs and lakhs of rupees. But just see the quality. So these privatization, they are not giving the quality product. Quality product अगर कमजोर है, तो उसके नतीजे भी कमजोर हैं. तो education has to provide the quality. One thing. Then state-funded education. State should not wash its hand. को मैंने तो हाथ धो दिए, मेरा कोई लेना देना नहीं, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. आपका जो टोटल GDP है, you must fix that we will spend this money. New trend has developed in our education that is known as a self-financing education. Self-financing. No, this kind of the things have also come to Delhi University. क्यों? दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी को यूजीसी ने पैसा देना बंद कर दिया. कहता है यू स्टार्ट कोर्सेज सेल्फ फाइनेंसिंग. जैसे बीएससी कंप्यूटर साइंस है, सभी कॉलेजेस में सेल्फ फाइनेंसिंग. पैसे कम लगेंगे, वहां करीब 3 साल में क्या लग जाएगा? 2-2.5 लाख रुपया, 60,000 रुपया लेते हैं. वो सेल्फ फाइनेंसिंग का सिस्टम पूरी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी में आ गया. Then another, that is a distance learning education. आप देखिए इंदिरा गांधी नेशनल ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी है, उसमें आप डिस्टेंस लर्निंग है आपकी. आप जब उसमें पढ़ के जाते हो एंड व्हेन यू ट्राई फॉर ए जॉब, तो पहला क्या लिखा होता है नीचे, आप पढ़ लेना. Those who have studied through the distance education, they are not eligible to be considered. गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में चले जाइए, वो कहते नहीं, जो इग्नो से यूनिवर्सिटी, ठीक है आपकी एमकॉम हो गई, बट इट मस्ट बी डन फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी और स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी. क्यों? वो कहते हैं ऑनलाइन पढ़ के आया है, ये बच्चा क्या पढ़ाएगा हमारे बच्चों. तो ये डिस्टेंस लर्निंग एजुकेशन जो है, अगर इसको करना है तो इसको क्या करिए, लोगों के साथ टच कीजिए. केवल ऑनलाइन से काम नहीं चलेगा. ऑल दीज ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन शुड बी कनेक्टेड एक्चुअली विद द कॉलेजेस. मान लीजिए इग्नो कर रहा है, लेट द इग्नो कनेक्ट its learning process with Vivekanand College in Jamna Park, Shivaji Rajdhani College in Raja Garden. Let them come to the class, have interaction with the teachers directly. That will fulfill the cause that education not only awakening process, but it makes the individual to grow morally, ethically and job oriented courses ये आपको लगाने पड़ेंगे. ये प्राइवेटाइजेशन से काम नहीं चलेगा. बातें जितनी मर्जी कर लें. Top scientists of India, they didn't study in the private sector. All studies in IIT, Indian Institute of Science and Central Universities, all research, they were done in the government. You just quote one private university which has made the things possible for us. They earn profit, that is their motive. So law doesn't permit them कि आप ये करिए. इसलिए education should be very holistic. बच्चे का ज्ञान बढ़ना चाहिए, बच्चे को जॉब मिलनी चाहिए, उसके साथ साथ समाज में जो उसका रोल है, जो उसकी भूमिका है, कंट्रीब्यूशन है, that fellow has also to do it. That is the reason we are celebrating. But surprisingly आप देखेंगे पूरे हिंदुस्तान में नेशनल एजुकेशन डे नहीं मनाया जा रहा. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में किसी भी कॉलेज में नहीं मनाया जा रहा. When I gave this information to few of my friends, उन्होंने कहा जी हमारे यहाँ तो मना ही नहीं है. तो मैंने कहा JIMS is a lucky institute. You people are lucky that you are celebrating and remembering Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, in whose name who was given the Bharat Ratna award later on. भारत रत्न का अवार्ड भी उनको मिला था और उन्होंने ही सारी शिक्षा पद्धति शुरू की. नो आई वांट दैट यू शुड मस्ट बी हैविंग सम queries, questions in your mind. It would be better if we interact with each other. If you have any question, any query, any comment, you are most welcome. No, we will discuss with each other and connect with each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring us with your words. You would definitely be looking into reading India Wins Freedom and learn more about the education system we are currently in. Your words definitely moved us and has started a fire in us to learn more. We're extremely grateful to have you. Thank you.